Team Empire's turn to ban.
Hi everyone!
Hello, everybody.
You know, we are replacing
We are.
two men
Who?
who have probably bled each ear of every viewer on this stream.
Oh, yes. I can
this was the
smell
early
the
slaps.
dank in this room still.
Yeah, it was pretty... On the bright side, it means we can swear now that LD started, everybody can do it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Dire team
Mother,
ban.
Father, I'm ready for some awesome European Dota.
You're just too nice. You're too nice to do that, aren't you? You really are. You're like the
I just can't put
embodiment of,
Dota
like,
with trying to be, like, vulgar. It's like, it feels weird.
vulgar in Dota?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, like, as a player, because you get in there and you're like, fucking shit. Like, as a caster, it's like, what are you supposed to do, you know?
Yeah, I found the vulgar side when I was doing the Bias Veggies
10
stream.
seconds remaining.
Oh.
Where it was just like, just fucking kill him!
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
moments like that.
5
Like,
seconds
it's just like that. Like, you could see just like, you have
Open
that one
qualifiers
side.
might be the exception for...
Yeah.
Because you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in inside the game. This is obviously an unauthorized broadcast.
Yeah, that's right. We're off the radar. We got FlipSid Tactics, and they have a 3 instead of an E, so we know they're the real deal, Hacker Elite style. And we got Team Empire, who, you know, their Twitter guy is probably their best player. So
yeah. He probably has got more points
10
on
seconds remaining.
for his tweets than they have for this group stage so far. Both these teams are 1-4.
5 seconds remaining.
both
So-
these teams are 1-4.
1-4.
They're
We
at the
have
bottom of the
literally the James end of the group stage.
So they need
This
to
is
like
as close to the ass as you can get.
they have to win like every game to hope for possibly a tiebreaker situation, maybe.
That would be the dream, yes. If then again, yes, that is. Yes.
They need to win. They need
That
both
is-
these teams. They need it. I don't know if it's like if they lose, they might be guaranteed out. Like it's almost it's that bad.
If they lose, yeah, there's no chance if you lose.
You're done.
Um,
Your dream of millions of dollars is out the window.
Yeah, it's
No pressure.
It ain't gonna happen. Who are they going to play up against? So Empire still has to play up against Alliance,
Okay.
and Power Rangers with an extra Team Secret game thrown in there just for good luck.
Oh, of course.
Um,
I heard about them. Open qual team.
Yeah, small team. They sort of
Dire team ban.
qualified easily. And FlipSide's last games, if I just find them, where is our F3s? They also play up against Power Rangers. They also play up against Team Secret, and they play up against VB. So FlipSide have to play up against the currently
10
top 2
seconds
ranked teams
remaining.
in the European group stage.
Good luck.
Yeah,
5
life ain't hard for them at
seconds
all. But hey, one step at a time.
Yes.
I remember that movie with that guy,
Reserve time.
Baby Steps. You ever watched the movie Baby Steps?
Mm-mm.
There's a movie called Baby Steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think of
How?
it.
What year?
It was a Bill Murray movie. A Bill
Okay.
Murray movie, and it
Fat,
was
amazing actor.
yes, amazing actor, and he played a mentally
Team
Oh.
Empire's turn to ban.
short.
He plays a lot of those roles. Like, what about
Dire
Hal?
team
Is that what it is? What about Bob?
What about Bob? Maybe it was What About Bob?
Is it what about where he's like a klepto or whatever? He has to like keep using like a napkin or whatever to open the doors, and he keeps seeing his doctor over and over and over again.
And then he goes to the doctor's house and,
Yes,
and the wedding.
Yeah, that's what it is. What
Okay,
about Bob?
I knew those baby
10
steps because he wrote the book Baby Steps.
That might be.
And he was
okay,
always like,
okay.
baby steps, it's baby steps.
What
5
about
seconds
Bob?
remaining.
He's
That's
like
what it was
totally
called.
crazy. He always sees his dog. I have not seen that movie in a long
Yeah,
time.
I had no one made me think of it right now either. Like, it was apart from just the book Baby Steps. Like, that was it. Wow. I actually really want to watch that movie now. Let's not watch this game at all. Yeah,
commentate. What about Bob?
we're gonna do movie
I
trivia.
mean,
I like
what? I mean, if there was something of a surprise here, you know,
There actually
I
isn't.
probably could name 8 out of the 10 heroes that will be in this draft, without question.
I don't know. Now that Tempestor is banned, I don't know. I don't know if I can name 8.
Well, let's see. Flip side, they're gonna have to play the out game, which sucks. You know, you got to keep those bounty runes in check. You know that he's
It's-
gonna be a monster.
It's actually really crap too, because you can't rotate well with the Earth Spirit and the Dazzle. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, the Earth Spirit can rotate to the Alchemist, but they need a mid that's really gonna do something against an Alchemist to kill him off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's it. Like, you have to rotate and kill an Alchemist, or else an Alchemist will win the game. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Empire will probably get someone to be nearby
Yeah.
for the Alch as a insurance policy, just in case there is trouble.
Yeah.
and that's not going to be good for the Hero Spirit. I know. I love the hero, and when you are not able to be a problem in the early game, you feel worthless. You're not farming. You're just a guy walking around with a stick who loves hard rock. So, it's not a fun life. But
I prefer
a
the classical
Slardar.
hits.
Slardar is actually a fantastic counter to the Alchemist.
Yeah, Alchemist normally has like insanely crap armor, so the Slardar is an easy way to get around that. Same thing with like the ET. I'm not gonna say the ET has big armor. It's just about like maybe you balance the field when you got Amplify versus the Aura.
Plus, they have the Dazzle Weave, which
Yeah,
they
true.
got serious armor synergy happening right now.
There's a couple of things that work for it.
Yeah.
A couple of things.
Good Dire already. Good Dire lineup right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta say, flip side, a respectable draft coming up by them. But
Yeah.
again, it is on the execution of the early game to possibly keep this Alchemist in check.
We'll see though. Yeah, we should actually just completely screw around right now, as obviously everyone's watching the other games at the moment. Shout out to all the other streams.
How many people are watching this stream right now?
We currently have 599 people watching this
Cool.
stream. Shout out to those 599
What's
people.
up?
400 of which are probably AFK.
Yeah. So for the
True.
100 or 90 of you that are here, what's up?
Someone multi-twitched this thing out, like all the BTS streams all
Yeah.
on one. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, great.
But they're sleeping right now. They just have it up on their
Yeah.
workstation.
Hey, I don't blame them. Like 8 days straight of 24-hour Dota, it's too much to watch.
Oversaturation.
That it is. We are destroying our own game.
Yeah.
And let's transmit that through Dota 2.
Let's just hop off and get on Overwatch.
No, we should.
While it's hot.
No, I'm too much Overwatch. Too much Overwatch. I really am actually playing too much of that game.
That's okay.
I blame Nahaz.
He's a fiend.
He really is. We
Feel
gotta
bad.
send a message to his wife.
Feel bad for his wife and kid.
No, it's the fact that he convinced his wife that he had to come here, and then he spends most of his time playing.
I have to be there. Dota needs me. They need my stats. They need my loudest, to be there.
Without me, the whole thing just falls apart.
And Overwatch.
Yeah.
Empire grab Vengeful Spirit. More armor. So why don't we just play that game?
I love you trying to be positive about this. It's like, yep, bop. Yep, yeah, well, I'll explain some parts of this.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything we know is...
we gotta give some respect. Not a lot, but
I give a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know, I was actually really in the mood to cast some Dota, and then we just start getting the same stuff again. So it's like... when you have those things where people, it's like, man, like, you don't know how to analyze a game. It's like, yeah, because we keep saying the same stuff over and over again.
yeah.
VS gets picked, great counter pick against this, combination with auras, negative armor, they require a stun.
Do you think that this could be a potential downside to these bo1s? Just because, like, especially like teams like this that are at the bottom of the list, it's like, it's too scary to be innovative. I mean, last time we were here, we were like, people could cheese, but we're not seeing that at all. Like, it's just not happening. No one's
Not
being cheesed.
I think it's the pressure being applied by the number 1 position going directly through.
That's true.
Yeah. And so everyone's treating it like every game must be a win. It's not like a group stage that then goes into a seeding bracket. So it's, experimentation doesn't pay off because you have like 1 loss, things get hard, have 2 losses, things get really hard, have 3 losses, things get almost impossible, have 4 losses, you're dead.
One of these teams might be dead after this.
Okay,
after a loss.
I also just realized too, both these teams are on 4 losses. They're both alive, everybody.
For now.
For now.
Gotta ban Terrorblade because I don't want to see him.
I'm fine with that. Terrorblade's been just a little too, like, it's too much push and so much early damage during team fights. And that's something which Team Empire is lacking at the moment. They're lacking that big damage dealer, 1 position.
Screw that. I want an axe. See, that would be fun. I want
You
some
will not get
dunks.
an axe for Empire.
I just want dunks.
All flip side. Actually, you could potentially get an axe if you want to push the life stealer against the Alchemist in the mid lane.
That's not happening though.
And then you run an axe off lane, but the Slardar should probably be going to the off lane, the life stealer in the safe lane, and then you get someone in the mid. The flip side lineup there, I suppose that you got the Earth Spirit. He's your delivery system for the life stealer.
It's a fantastic one too. Probably one of the best ones in the game, really.
Okay, so Team Empire, they find their damage. They've got a lot of stuns. They're going to have a decent counter as well with Warcry to at least the armor offset the flip side offers. So yeah, they kind of got a little bit of everything. They don't have the big wombo combo. They just got some good abilities.
A lot of melee.
That can chain.
A lot of melee here for Empire, I gotta say, except for Vengeful Spirit. They all gotta kind of be in there, be in the fray.
That's true.
Get on the front lines, you know. So kiting can be a bit of a risk.
Then you need you actually need a proper controller. Like crushing and kicks is all that Flipside really have at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, is it worth going puck? No one goes puck anymore, but you get the extra vehicle for lifesteal. You get that control a bit.
Funny thing is, he can dodge all 3 stuns the Team Empire has.
Yeah,
so,
easily too.
So phase shift is not a bad thing to have in this game. The only downside is he'll do absolutely nothing against an Alchemist. Like he'll be passive farm against an Alchemist, and that is just death to the lane.
Yeah.
They need someone who can actually fight with the Earth Spirit early on. The Death Prophet would have actually been perfect.
What about like a disgusting, dirty like Vipers? You know, good to kite around a bit with the Alkin Sven. Yeah, you know, what am I thinking? Of course, we gotta get Invoker. Of course.
And now for something completely different. A man with 3 orbs.
You know what would be awesome if he at least had the new Immortal? That'd be cool. I doubt it though.
We may get lucky.
Lucky in my life.
I could be so lucky.
But, you know, Invoker versus...
Are we not going to stop this again?
We can. We can.
This was our thing. Like, you have LD and Slacks who are just, like, screaming at shit. Like, I think they're gone full, like, they want to go Korean.
The funniest is that already, if we were to have, like, thousands of people watching the stream, yeah, maybe a dozen would know what we were talking about. We have, like, 100 people. No one would know.
We have 660 people.
Okay.
But yeah, no one has any idea what the hell we talk about.
Why?
I still have that thing. Man, we are so old as well.
Very old.
Like, that we make so many references that people just have no idea about. The fact
They're
you
like,
even
what about
knew,
Bob?
The fact you even
What's
knew about
that?
What About Bob is like already mind-blowing for me. Okay, predictions, we have a pause so we get extra time.
Let's do it.
Alright, total number of player deaths by 25 minutes. Alchemist passively farming, Tide won't do much, rotation's gonna take some time. I'm going to say 16 to 25.
I'm gonna say 0 to 15. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a really slow game.
Actually, I am with you. I will change and be with you.
Very slow.
Total number of Roche kills.
This one actually could be high because, I mean, look at Flipside's lineup, and hell, even Empire's lineup could also do Roche.
I'm actually gonna say this is gonna go for a while. I'm gonna say there's gonna be 4 Roshans.
I'm gonna go with 4 as well.
We're gonna be neck and neck. Okay. Player with the most last hits at 7 minutes.
That's super early.
Well,
so
it's
maybe mid laner. You know.
Yeah. It's hard to pass up the live stealer, but he might have some problems. No, I'm not gonna be with you. It's the Invoker. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Invoker.
I'll do the Alk, just to kind of be an opposite there.
Okay, team with the first Roshan kill. Well, that's fucking obvious. It's gonna be Flipside.
Yeah, I went with that as well, obviously. All right, and we'll see if it works out. Now we watch.
Yeah, it is difficult for Flipside to do Roshan, and maybe I'm changing to 3. Just because of like Roshan kills to 3. Just because now I'm thinking about like the ETs because it cause some real problems around Roshan, so is the Spray, Wave of Terror, all that kind of jazz. Is going to be really, really annoying.
Interesting to see, maybe just based on their current lineup, but I remember Vanscore being like a premier like Dazzle support. I think it was back when he was on Empire, back in the day. All he would play was like Dazzle and Rubik over and over again. For a while he was like the best Dazzle in the game. And now he's not even playing Dazzle. He's playing the 4-position support, so.
I miss those old combinations.
Yeah.
I actually miss the LCIS data, even if it really wasn't that successful and it's still insanely volatile.
Crazy diving weavers and
it was always like
with rapiers.
It was funny because that was like one of the big misconceptions as well of like CIS Dota. Shashlo, you are so totally not dead. Naposhka didn't level up Stomp.
Not yet.
It's funny because that would have been like an easy setup. Like you've got Stormbolt, you've got Stomp, you've got Magic Missile, you've got 3 different stuns, all of which would hold the Slider in position long enough for you to kill him.
Yeah.
Like he's a fairly tanky hero, but you should still be able to get it.
This is your best chance to before he gets like a level of sprint, but he's about to hit level 2. So if they got to go on him now, or at least zone him back so he can't get that level 2, which they're doing now, get the hell away.
That may even make it easier for them to kill him if he actually uses the sprint and they get the stun off at the right time.
That's true.
Okay. So King Out just zones out. This Alchemist farming against the Invoker. Come on, take me wild, I believed in you. Right now he's being out CS'd by the Lifestealer, and that's something I didn't take into consideration. The fact that Ty would actually abandon the off-lane, because I didn't think he was going to do that. The peril from Vanskor, I think, has been enough to dissuade him, so he just goes into the jungle in the early stages. But I actually thought, like, with the acid spray, like, it pushes the wave out, the Invoker farms onto the tower with the Forge Spirit. It should be good for the Invoker.
I mean, what? I don't know. Like, as a Tidehunter, is really that lane that scary to go up against? Like a potentially zoning Dazzle and the one Lifestealer? I guess Lifestealer is
not really, but it's the play of all offlaners, right?
Yeah.
It's the fact
Iron
that you just
Talon.
abandon until you hit level 4. Like,
Yeah.
Iron Talon to level 4, farm up, then he comes up with Boots and Iron Talon and probably even, like, getting close to affording, like, a Stout Shield or something like that.
Yeah.
So then he can easily stand the lane, and you just got 3.5 levels in 2 minutes from the jungle. Instead of having
It's
to
like just
fight
too good to
directly.
pass up. Like,
Yeah.
why go to the lane when you could just win a free lane here in the jungle?
Why risk it? But then FlipSid then prepped themselves. They are able to get their second level over on the Earth Spirit, and Scandal is just backing up completely.
Obviously, both supports are missing from this top lane, so he's like, and I'll just hang out by this tower.
You could thank the Observer Ward on top lane for scouting that one out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, he's not farming, so I guess it's kind of a win for
They
FlipSid,
waited
but
for
they have
this.
2 supports getting nothing.
Yeah, Maposhka is ready for this. He's got a Spirit going directly into the Stomp. If he's Take Me Wild out, in fact, Take Me Wild gets hit pretty hard. Has to back up out of the Asprey with the Kick Scandal. Forced to remain in the river for a moment, but Maposhka,
Oh, man.
this was too telegraphed. And in fact, with the damage, Maposhka's going to punch him. That quick Shadow Wave, the boulder up, Vanskor body blocks him. The Stomp will kick in. It only hits on Vanskor. The Sunstrike, Maposhka's going to walk back into it. Take Me Wild will find the kill. Vanskor's still low. The Acid Spray is helping to kill him off. Was that the range creep, I think, that actually got the last attack in?
Looks like it. That's unfortunate for Scandal. I can't really blame the Elder Titan for being that greedy because it really looked like he was going to get that easy Dazzle kill, but Vanskor just steps in, a beautiful Rolling Boulder slows him down. The nice thing about Rolling Boulder is it always puts you on the opposite side of your opponent, so easy body block a bit, and now he overextends, and suddenly the situation's handed over, and we end up splitting 1 for 1, and it was a lot of patience right there to make that gank on Alchemist, but as we expect in the draft, FlipSid are going to have to just keep him in check, so...
We might be losing our predictions at the moment.
Oh yeah, by how much?
Well, actually, you put the Alchemist, right?
I put Alchemist.
Yeah,
yes.
you're screwed.
Is it Lifestealer
Unless
for
he
sure?
gets some really big stacks, which
Yeah.
they have a double.
I mean, the Lifestealer's gonna win it. I wasn't expecting. I mean, I don't know why. Obviously We already talked about how Dragon Talon Gaming is just so wonderful, but I did not expect the Tidehunter to be abandoned in the lane. So
Mid lane, Take Me Wild. Oh, they just smoked. That wasn't visible. So Meptham as well as Vanskor's going to go around, but the Stomp preps. There's no concoction, and they haven't thrown down Acid Spray. And now Empire, they're walking in way too deep. Seedoy will rotate himself over. They'll move over to Maposhka. They'll get the movement speed thanks to the Spirit coming inside. There's no open wounds or something like that, but that was really odd from Empire.
yeah, without having the stun for the assisted lockdown, and as you said, no early laid down Acid Spray, they clearly did not have enough firepower to follow up with that kill on Invoker, and wonderful response from FlipSid to be able to turn things right back and around.
It's for a team with a whole bunch of stuns, bringing 1. Yeah. Pretty much what happened.
Oh man, this Sven is neck and neck with this Lifestealer though, and the Sven actually has the Slardar in the lane, so it's pretty impressive.
But
And
hey,
he
my
has better
Invoker's
denies.
coming from behind.
Yeah, right? Sven also has a lot of denies too. He's really keeping this Slardar kind of in check in the XP department. Still only level 3.
Oh, you're about to get a lot of CS. The Month Golem splits for your Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
The Vanskor is hovering around, so this may not be so easy for Scandal.
Yeah, easy XP steal there for Vanskor too. Hits his level 3 off that. He decides to go 2 points into the queue, so that means he favors going with extra burst damage over the trusty early silence, which isn't necessary this game. Maybe if you're going against a puck or a co-op or something like that, but burst damage is where it's at.
Come on, Invoker. What's 1 minute? I've actually, like, we should be focusing on more different things, but right now predictions also feel so, like, important.
Oh, they are.
Especially as Ramsey's is now going to hit into the tower, so he's not going to get as much CS the next, like, 10-15 seconds. Deboarding, fan score. Oh, he gets the kick over from Aposhka. Damien Wild going to move himself forward with the call snap. They're not going to find the kill here. All they can do is harass him a little bit further around the lane, and that's all. But everyone's very happy with their farm rates at the moment.
Yeah, but who do you think is more happy right now with how things are going?
I think Empire overall is going to be very content with everything that's going on. Like, the Alchemist is still getting a crap ton of farm. Scandal's not looking bad for his timing on any items. Ramsey's would got, like, he's going to get into that armlet fairly soon. So Empire's going to hit that sweet point to fight. Okay.
I'd say FlipSid.
It was C-Doi. We
bring
both
out a little
lost.
bit of a fight.
I lost by 4 CS.
You lost by 4 CS?
4 CS!
To the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Oh, free lane will do that. And he's also going to be going right for the armlet here, so pretty much a mirror match between him and the Sven for the most part. And they both could kind of bring the fight game relatively the same. We could see a clash from both these teams in the mid-game period, pretty much right at the same time.
But still is still so insanely slow while everyone does their farming. It's also like that double up that you get. Oh, hello bottom lane. Chargelo. He's in a little too deep with a stun from King R. Wave of Terror. Oh, they easily get through that slaughter. But it's the double up. Like, you can't have Ancients of both event as well as Tidehunter. And they're going to prioritize the Tidehunter to get the mech.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe a possible chance for going for a blink, but yeah, already has the headdress. Early mech. Boosts their team fight potential a lot. Especially when you're going against stuff like Earth Spirit is magnetized, it could just pretty much shut down that magical AoE spread very quickly. And, well, we already mentioned how much the armor will benefit in this game when everybody has some sort of armor manipulation, it seems like.
Boulder forward from Vanskor. They're going to find King Ark. Easy open wounds, and with the kick, King Ark, you get the stun over on Vanskor. But the kill's already happened. Very easy, very simple rotations from FlipSid. And it's all on the lifesteal to get a little bit more progression. It also lets them invade into the Radiant jungle, which is good to stop down Scandal. And they've already got the Observe Board watching his movements, but beyond that, they haven't really stopped the Alchemist farm. As, well, Dazzle died on top, Vanskor. He's bouldering forward now. Afterlife already blew his Ravage. The Sunstrike's right in the money, and the damage, Vanskor. He needs a little more, it won't be enough. And Tide even turns for the Anchor Smash. Nice. That's worth the taunt, and there she is. Oh, the style slide from Afterlife.
That's nice. That's cute. Now I can get behind action like that. I think there needs to be more. What do you think about the whole people using the taunts?
I doubt for that. I came from the age of the COD teabag.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
all in good fun, of course.
It's all about sending a message. Just like, you know what? Don't get back up again. I'm just gonna put you down. That was the message I was always sending. I was a very
games. You know, it happens even in professional sports. The great Michael Jordan, notorious shit talker on the court. You know.
You gotta win. You gotta win on multiple fronts. I remember my Call of Duty team that I played with, and I'm not talking COD, the current one. That's a piece of crap. I'm talking about the originals, and that we had a team back in Australia, and we were always undefeated, and every team just kind of played defensive every time they played against us because they just knew they were going to lose.
Oh yeah.
So we went in and we were like, yeah, boys, we got this. We just have a lot of fun. It was, I miss those days.
And you teabagged a lot.
My competitive player days. Such a long time ago.
Well, I thought Empire were going to be coming together there for their potential for smoke. We even see one here on the Venge, but they opted out from that game plan, and I think they're just going to preserve it. King R actually, decent amount of XP, but tomes are online now for these supports to bump up a bit. We get level 6s, and that's when hopefully you get to see a lot more fireworks when these 4 positions get their level 6s online. And FlipSid also prioritizing some tier 1 pushing here in the bottom lane.
Really good for FlipSid too. The fact they can tape this, the Dazzle holds the top lane off, so there's no straight trade up here option for Empire. And they can't force the issue while the Ravage is down, so FlipSid reading the movement on this map really well, knowing that Empire is not ready or willing to fight. And you still don't want to fight if you're Empire, because you want the Alchemist to continue to farm.
Yeah.
Like his net worth is like 900 in front of Take Me Wild. That's not bad, but for an Alchemist, it should be a lot more. And that's the offset of the Tidehunter play, where you really want to get that early mech on him, and you still don't have it.
Yeah, if you're tuning into a game at this point and there's an Alch involved and he's not like this big chunk ahead of the net worth, then he's not reaching his quota properly. But with this stack, it certainly will help. And also, you know, Empire should be looking to fight. In addition to that note, just because
Oh, I like that. Oh, I don't like that.
Okay. Well, there's our first Ravage of the game.
That's the second. They've done that twice in a row now, killing off the Dazzle. They did the same thing before. That was when the Tide turned around and Anchor for the kill.
Yeah.
But it's just really though, you just blew your Ravage.
Well, now it's something that FlipSid don't need to worry about. Bottom lane.
Maposhka, open wounds, rage it up. Seedoy needs another hit. King R, good swap out. And Vanskor needs to try and create some more space. That's Sunstrike, not quite certain what that was going for, but Seedoy, the stomp is there and Vanskor has to leave him. Going a little deeper, support rotated him quickly for Empire. They shouldn't have had that opportunity. You blow Ravage like that, and FlipSid just like, fight, great. We can take every single fight we ever want to. And then you go underneath a tier 2 tower 12 minutes into finding the kill. Like, it's a gift to Empire.
Yeah, it feels like definitely a wasted cause when they could have looked to push a bigger team fight, involve someone like the Invoker, who obviously is going to be going for the Midas, so he can punish that early greed a bit, but, you know, he's been able to get away with it, now has drums, so he's much harder to take down. What is he doing? He's just, whoa.
All he had to do was punch him. The crews were attacking him as well.
He could have spirited and punched him. It would have been probably a kill for sure. Well, at least he got the ward, so it was like, why else would Vanskor just be hanging out over there?
It's like he tried to cover it too with the boulder into the ward. So if they did have any kind of vision there, they'd be like, "Ah, it's just me bouldering through and TPing out, boys."
Yeah, bro.
Like nothing to see here.
Not fishy at all.
It's gonna be a matter of time before FlipSid going for Roshan. Like you're running a Quas Exort Invoker too, so you've got Force Spirits, you've got Amplification, you've got a Live Stealer who's already fairly tanky,
and we've got an easy prediction.
Yeah, and here they come. But ET's in a pretty good spot to defend this.
Yeah, Earth Splitter with Stomp at this choke point.
Yeah,
this is going to be very tasty for Empire to contest if they know what's happening and if they can get there in a proper time.
That's why I dropped my prediction down from like 4 to 3 as far as Roshan goes. Because like, if ET wasn't in this game, FlipSid would have finished Roshan right now.
Yep.
But because he's in there, they just don't want to take the risk.
And just imagine pairing it with like a single wave and an acid spray. Suddenly everybody's made of paper. And it's just like, they'll just crumble apart.
Yep.
Very scary, actually, when you look at it. Empire's team fight is very, very good.
It's going to get better. Scandal's about to finish up his hand of his full Radiance. He's already sitting on the Relic. And once that's up, then FlipSid don't have easy, direct ways to attack. Radiance Burn is just a bit of a pain in the ass with a mischance too.
Yep. And they don't really have anyone on their team that's like an MKB candidate or anything, so find their ways to work around.
Vanskor.
Whoa!
Boy!
Hi, how you doing there?
Fancy footwork.
Got him though with that stun. I guess we'll take what he can get.
Dude, Maposhka's taking lessons from Rob Fossey at the moment.
Vanskor still has 4 stones though and Magnetize, which is more than enough to make the fight happen.
Oh. So goodbye tier 2. Invoker will get the last hit in that one. The mid lane is being brought down, so Ramsey's and Afterlife will take this. So this is a tier 2 for a tier 1 tower trade. And Scandal just refusing to be involved. Oh, hello. Amplify. Oh, he attempted the amplification. Now it's going to be all about the crush. Seedoy is going to open up for the open wounds. Rage up. Ramsey turns. The cleave was actually doing some work there. And now they bowl a perfect kick from Vanskor the Ravage. Okay, that's a thing. That's a thing. They're going to keep going.
They got
Afterlife tries to body block him, but Magnetize is obviously a very balanced ability. Allows him to get the kill over on this event. Open wounds. Pull up into King R. The boulder fall. They have more than enough damage to find the kill. Even a stun to cancel the TP.
Very great lead in right there. Obviously with the pop out, not being affected too much by the stun. They follow it up. You know, Vanskor might have been able to get a grip off the Tidehunter, preventing the Ravage altogether, but Ravage doesn't even lead to too much success. And actually, FlipSid are going to be on the up and up. They can work around this cooldown, move into the Roche Pit, claim the easy Aegis. We get our predictions right. Wonderful.
The ET is still going to screw around with this a little bit, but the upside is just the fact that there's no Tide Ravage. So it's no real contest. Like, Cedo is the only one that gets hit, where he gets raged up anyway. So, okay, he's not getting back, Cedo. Still gonna armor with that one up nicely.
Uh-oh. He walks in there and stomps down the life stealer. He's out. All right, so definitely going to be FlipSid who will be able to dictate the pace here moving forward. And pressure is going to be on Empire, but Empire might just take this time to stall things out. Unfortunately, we might be seeing even more of a lull for the next couple of minutes here. I imagine Alchemist could just avoid the trouble, continue his farming spree, and then once the Aegis goes down, they could decide to take fights from there. And obviously having to work around the Ravage cooldown. Empire just going to have to pump the brakes a bit.
They're fine with that. You're running an Alch, you don't care. Like, life is so good when you're an Alchemist in this game. And everyone else who works with the Alchemist.
What about everyone on his team with Aghnums? I mean, it could get to that point. Alchemist starts handing all the free goodies. We'll have the Tidehunter Gush effect.
You gotta remember that
Sven, I think, even has an Axe,
yeah,
right?
he does. I'm just like double checking it, because when was the last time we ever saw a Sven get an Axe?
He gives everyone the damage, right?
The bonus damage is based on the primary, yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. Elder Titan also, he has his own nice little Aghnums buff. So there's some good options out there. Vengeful Spirit, can't forget.
VS is awesome. The Tidehunter one is also amazing.
So I wonder who would get first dibs on an Ags when it gets to that point here for the Alch.
I would put it in the hands of Vengeful Spirit, primarily because of Grandies. Yeah, you're in trouble. Dropping quick. That ET stomp was a fraction of a second away, but the rage from Cedo once again, great way to get around that ET. But yeah, they need initiation, which they do not really have. Like, you get the Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter, but I'm thinking like something which is a little bit more easier and not having to be on a 2-minute cooldown.
Yeah. Okay, contention.
Side, you don't want to do that. They have no cause there.
So Vanscore has kind of what been the standard for the Earthspear build for quite a while. He goes with the early Veil to just amplify, of course, all the magical damage that him and his team can provide, which is great. Different from like the crit build-up, he favors more of the early Blink Dagger and Yules. What did he just kill?
I don't know. There was something on the ground, but I have no idea.
He hated it though, whatever it was.
I think it was something dropped by...
Oh, he's in trouble.
Okay, yeah, Afterlife, Sunstrike, needs to slow him down. He actually stops the anchor. I mean, the Sunstrike will connect a good silence on the back line. So the ET split up. Flip side, that's going to evade it. Cedoy, Armor Toggle with the extra cross, the amplification, Scandal, but there's your Ravage. This one is a lot better. Hitting on 4, even if you do get the stun on the back line. Stepping Blast, they come back to life again. And Scandal, Chemical Rage it up, but the Magnetize causing so many problems. Empire, they have to bail out this one, while Ramses wants to send his ground and fight up against Cedoy, who still has Infest, still has Armor Toggle, and still has a Bloody Dazzle behind him. Now he pops out, open wounds in 2 seconds time. Scandal will be in trouble if he can't just have that high movement speed to get away. So they go for the other targets. It's Afterlife back on the front line. Cedoy, he can't toggle underneath the acid spray, so he will go down. And Scandal looking for the stun. They're too grouped up. The stun will hit over on Take Me Wild. Afterlife barely living. Vanscore will start his TP. The stun from Aposhka just hits in time. And Scandal gets himself a triple kill against FlipSid. And Team Empire rolling in the money now.
It did look so good at the start there for FlipSid. They let things out wonderfully. You know, quick takedown of the Sven, but props to the Vengeful Spirit, man. Gets the wonderful bailout on the Alchemist. He gets to step back, pops out, I believe. He already had an ultimate going, waited a bit, popped out a new ultimate, got all his life back, and that's what allowed him to round things up with a wonderful triple kill. Empire taking advantage of the choke point fighting. It's a wonderful thing to see.
That's a lot better than we've had previously. More kills galore.
Yeah. How many more of those kind of fights do you think they're going to be in this game?
Hang on. We're on the edge of... Okay, we're good.
They can't fight 25?
They can't fight for another 5 minutes now.
I think I could see that.
Actually, yeah, we're good then.
Because they may not take another fight like that till...
Oh no, we already lost, right?
How many deaths? There's 18.
Yeah, and we picked 0 to 15.
Oh, we lost. Oh, current is 17, it says.
Yeah, so we already lost that one.
Rip. If that fight never happened, we could have...
we might have been okay. If the teams gave us a really boring-ass game, we could have got our predictions.
Damn you for putting one hype fighting.
Yeah. Stop giving me entertainment.
Okay, Blink now. Pick.
Oh, that's a good obs.
Sir Ramses.
It's going to see Maposhka with the blink, the stun. Perfect. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. That happened.
That was only level 1 amp. as well. He's about to get level 11, so, man. When they pair together this armor reduction, it can be very, very scary for this Alchemist.
Seeing ET fall that quickly. Now, like,
This is good from FlipSid. It's very obvious they do not want to allow this game to continue to, you know, to drag on where the Alchemist is just going to get everything he could ask for. So they're very heavy in pushing for objectives. They already took down both those towers on the bottom. They've already taken the one in the mid, and they're moving on forward for the tier 2. So there's a lot of free money on the map.
Empire do have the Rambo jump, so they are capable of fighting this. But that's why Vanskor is sitting on the sidelines. He wants to make sure that if anything does happen, he can give the space to disengage. And they've actually already just disengaged. FlipSid will bail out. There's no way you're going to see more, so they don't have to force the issue. There's still 2 and a bit minutes until Roshan comes up. Just ripping on the teams, Dakota. I thought you were a nice guy, Dakota.
Go! Entertain me with fights and blood! They've got smokes, though. They're moving.
Yeah, they are.
And,
Interesting what they're moving over for. Is like they're trying to catch out FlipSid, but there is no stack. So Ramses looks around, nothing's there.
Yeah, FlipSid are actually looking to congregate together and make their own smoke movement, potentially.
FlipSid know that's a smoke maneuver. They just scanned over in the entrance of their own jungle. Didn't find it. Wow, no! Charge low. There's a Spry sitting inside. Cedo gonna rage up and run himself away. King now with the swap, pulling Cedo back in the fight. The Ravage will blow. They really want that life stealer down, but definitely blast from AB Wild, correcting space and the wall. Now you boulder forward from Vanskor. Wants to drop down a couple more rocks. Magnetize is off. You need to boulder himself away from this one. Can't do it in time. Gets a kick on Ramses. They put the Sunstrike, expecting Ramses to walk away. He doesn't though. Not while Empire have the momentum. They want to keep fighting. The bonus stuns. Tammy Walk and TP out until the stop will cancel that one. It's going to be almost a team wipe. The Life Sealer, the sole survivor, and Empire now. 2 good fights in the space of the last 5 minutes.
I don't think that this is going to get any easier for FlipSid at this point forward. I don't think it would have mattered too much to that fight, but it looked like Vanskor also whiffed his Magnetize. I don't know if he popped it as he was rolling in or already as he passed them, but clearly missed them all. I know the AoE is very minimal, so you have to be hugging your opponent to be able to spread the Ebola out, and it was just not there at all. So very unfortunate, but they're all so big and bad. You know, Ty's going to shrug it off. I don't think it would have mattered in the end.
Dude, look at the Alchemist now. 21.5k net worth. He's just completed up the Shiva's Guard, so there's 1 more item slot for him to fill.
He's double pretty much the Invoker right now.
Oh, they find Shashlo. Oh, Shashlo overblinks the mark. Ends up going for the crouch, concocted from Scandal. He'll stun himself, try to dodge with the Mana Style, fails at it. Now the Sunstrike comes in, kick as well. Scandal locked in position. He's still so tanky, but they burn through him.
Ooh, look at that bounty though. Wicked 6 streak, 952 gold based on that alone, and it is Lifestealer who gets the biggest chunk of it, so okay.
The best hero. Lifestealer is still the best hero against Alchemist. The more life you've got, the more he loves it.
And he's only getting the assistance of all that minus armor from the backing of his team too, so he's can actually just chunk through this Alk if Alk is stranded in a position like that. Anytime, you know, when Empire has a Ravage and has their team fight, nothing like that's going to happen. But if FlipSid find those little opportunities, those little picks, they'll be awarded with a huge bounty.
Shashlo is trying to find those picks, blinking forward to aggressively stun. Tammy Wild doesn't even, like, delay. The second he's like, okay, if you're going to go for that stun, I'm throwing down the Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Even if it's well off target. Alright, now we get our 25-minute incorrect thing.
Thank you, Valve.
Yeah.
So we are 0-2. Oh, I got something correct the first Roshan kill, that's right. So, if we can get 3 more Roshes, we'll at least break even.
It's definitely something FlipSid should be looking towards anyway.
Yeah.
But Roshan's taking some time, 1 minute and 20 seconds until he is
a
up.
long one.
And Empire, though, will be more than willing to fight it. Like, Empire will probably... this next fight, if it doesn't go well for FlipSid around Roshan, they could end up just losing the game off the back of that, because they will lose their bottom racks. And maybe that's also the reason why Take Me Wild's moved to the bottom lane. Push this out, gain some momentum on the side lanes, and make it so Empire, even if the fight does go poorly, FlipSid will still have a little bit of space to work with.
Yeah, they need that. They need to get enough space, get the Roche, and have any advantage possible.
A 25-minute Midas Slaughter? Okay.
I mean, he's got his blink, so He's pretty good. I guess nothing after that is super necessary at this point, but
Also preparing for the late game? Preparing how? I want to get a level progression? Is E1's...
sure. Rush that level 16 faster and get that extra bit of amp damage, why not? I mean, it's if the game goes long, which is something Empire are going to be more than happy to do, I guess he wants to prepare.
Is under attack.
Yeah. But he's up against the King of Midas. He's up against the Alchemist.
I know. I mean, I guess if they get to a point when they're bullied back inside their base, at least they'll still have something to be able to work with. But I mean, I agree. It's definitely a bit
Fishy. Ah!
You missed the episode.
Welcome to the old man joke stream.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
Hey, we are. Like, you already have yourself a baby.
Baby
Your
berry dog.
Yeah. I don't yet. Give it time.
You gonna get a cat or a dog?
I
think I remember you saying
neither
you were thinking
actually. I was gonna get a cat, and then I realized that I have one big issue.
What's
I'm
that?
never home.
Yeah.
And that is just really unfair to a cat.
You can get like a lizard.
No. I lived with snakes one day. Oh, I'll tell you that story later. But Vodka, the jump in mopped up so quickly. And that's FlipSide. They know how they can do it. They take it. Now they slip themselves over to Roshan, making the most out of one. They got the best hero, the
they did.
ET.
That is the best person to take down. That would give you the most trouble inside that pit. So they're going to go for it. This has to be pretty obvious to Empire. I imagine they're not going to do anything about it. They'll just take what farm's available to them. But this is nice for FlipSide. They'll be on the up and up.
So it's the story time.
Okay.
So I was living with a couple. This was probably like 2 years ago, and the girl had snakes.
How many snakes? How big? What kind, if you knew?
They had 3 snakes.
Now, just as pets for fun, or were they like breeding snakes?
They were constrictors. They were just there. Like, she just liked having snakes. But yeah, they were pretty long. Like from my toes to my head, kind of like wow. Yeah, so they were pretty long. And I get woken up. I don't know what time it was, but I obviously hadn't been asleep for very long. And and it was Rebecca, this girl, like tapping me on the shoulder going, "Hey Toby, I don't want to freak you out.
Oh, come on.
But the snakes are loose. Have you seen one in here?"
Shut up.
I'm just like, come again? We're from Australia. We have shovels. We take snakes' heads off. That's what we do. I'm like,
So are these not snakes that normally they take out and just kind of hold around and stuff? It's just kind of like, yeah, you might suddenly have a snake in your bed.
yeah. Yeah. So, no, I will not have a lizard or a snake to answer your question, Dakota. It's not something I want.
I don't know if there's any other good pets for you than that you can just leave home and, you know.
Yeah, like even if you have like a cockatiel.
I have a. I don't have them with me anymore. They're staying with my parents, but I have 2 cockatiels.
I used to breed cockatiels.
They're loud, though,
I
let me
actually,
tell ya.
I built an aviary.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I used to have an aviary. We raised quails, finches,
Whoa.
and cockatiels. They were the 3 major things we had.
They can be loud.
They definitely can. It's
I do have to
it's
say
kind of
it's
a
nice.
seasonal thing, though.
I do say it's nice when it's like you want to put them to bed, you just cover them up, then they're out, and you're like, great.
Yeah, you can't do
Wonderful.
that in an aviary, though.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's true.
You have an inside and an outside area in an aviary. But yeah, if we're inside birds, you can put it over it. Sometimes though, that never used to stop my old bird. I had a cockatiel called Maria. And
Maria.
you would actually think
Maria.
that you would think that one, but it was actually when I was doing Sound of Music.
Really?
Yeah, and she was always a problem child. So how could you solve a problem like Maria?
Very nice.
Yeah, I was great with my nicknames for my animals.
Radiant's top tower
I
is
love
under
West Side
attack.
Story. That was like probably one of my favorite first musicals.
When you're a jet all the way.
I wanted to be a jet so bad.
From your first cigarette to your last dying day.
Play it cool, boy. Real cool. I gotta tell you though, that is probably one of the harder dance auditions I've ever had to do in my life.
Oh, shots fired, not the dream, boys! Not the dream!
3 shots.
And now he's actually killed C-Doi with it as well. There's no way for him to
2
survive
for 1
that.
special.
You at least burn the 10-second BKB of Ramses. But luckily that BKB lasts so long that when C-Doi comes back alive again, he's already dead.
That's got to be so depressing. They got that beautiful Elder Titan takedown to open the opportunity to go for the Roche, and that's what they do with the Aegis.
Yeah.
That's got to be heartbreaking. As heartbreaking as when Tony died.
Look at us alive! Jason Benscore to the backstory. Did you actually get to do
West Side Story?
Yeah.
No, I've never done it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Like I said, it's a hard dance audition.
I'm not surprised. Like, the
Really
dancing
hard.
is pretty intense.
Yeah, you gotta be like, those gangsters are like classic ballet trained. Very gangster.
I remember the first time I heard about West Side. It was like, okay, so what is this musical about? Well, it's about the rough streets of New York, where everyone, it's like shooting, it's drugs, it's killing,
They have knife
and
fights.
we're gonna do it with style.
There's like a knife fight. They tied like their arms together and had a knife fight while doing jetés and leaping and pirouettes.
I even know what a jeté is, but it sounds very cultured.
That's like one of those shows that if you take someone to see and they're like brand new musicals, they'll probably never want to see another one again. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like, yeah,
You know.
come see the show, man. There's gang fights and knives, and then they're like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's the wrong style of build up. It's you want to say, let's go see a musical. Well, what's your personality? Well, you're an offensive bastard. Okay, we're gonna take you to watch Avenue Q.
See, like, if you had to take someone, a friend who's never seen a show, to a show, and let's say any show that that happened to be live, and it would be the original cast.
Yeah.
What show would you do?
Miss Saigon.
Miss Saigon.
I think Miss Saigon would be one of the best ones.
I like that because you also get the benefit of all the nice ladies that are usually in it.
Yeah.
So there's eye candy there.
Yeah. You know, I did that song one time.
Oh, really?
That was when I had to learn how to do lifts.
My wife also did that show, and she was the ping pong girl.
How many people are sitting there going,
What is
the hell?
happening? Google now.
It's like, what are they talking about? The ping pong girl. Who the hell is the ping pong girl? Yeah, Google is your friend here, boys and girls.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the magic of theater.
Yeah. I actually hyperventilated while singing Why God Why.
That is a tough song.
That's
a tough one.
That's
And you know when someone is not doing it good.
Oh, Ramsey, no! What the fuck was that? It's not the dream! It's a 5-man smoke move! That's your 9-second BKB now down.
Oh, all right. Look how they were coming together like, we're going, gentlemen. And then that happens. They're like, yeah, we're going to change our mind now. We're not ready to fight.
The 10-second B is made in China. The 9-second BKB is made in Russia.
Quick tide.
All right, though, this FlipSid squad, the posse, the Jets, they're moving around smoked up here, and they're not going to be fine, buddy. Ba-da-dum. 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 That's pretty good.
Hard to control camera though when you're using both your hands to click.
And my snapping is like, MMR is way low.
Really? Oh wow, yeah. You need to practice on that, man.
Yeah.
That's
why I didn't get the
Afterlife.
part. You can't snap. That'd be hilarious if like one part of the audition, like, yeah, let me hear your snaps, gentlemen. You're fired.
Yeah, you do it with like you just go like Chicago accent. You're fired. I know. I got it. You had it like perfect then.
You're fired.
Yeah, that. It's like a mafia that can't use a Tommy gun. I'm sorry, bro. You don't meet the requirements. If you don't know how to kill, you can't be involved. EMP tornado. Take me a while to set up Afterlife. Ice Wall. There's no real follow-up apart from a scandal. Looking for the sun, but Charge though well out of range of Empire's initiation.
FlipSid also don't know how to kill, so couldn't get that one. But you can see, I like your snakes. They're constricting here. Empire holding. FlipSid now closer to the base. This is exactly where FlipSid don't want to be. They had all the effort before. I already mentioned about the Roche. They had all this effort to push down these tier 2s, and look where they are. Not going so good. Empire have totally taken over based on just resource gain.
To be honest, I kind of lost track of a couple of things too while we're doing our little chat. So, is any eggs? Nope.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it's like how grossly far. He's been very selfish this game.
Yeah,
Totally
it's
putting himself into critical mass.
It's understandable though, like, because he needed everything he's got in order to fight. Like, even getting that early Shivas before the Octarine was really essential for him. But yeah, they definitely should be looking into that Aghanim Center next.
Dire's top tower is
He's actually got the money for the whole shebang, so may as well buy it.
You said you haven't seen Urinetown, right?
I have not.
Ah, great show.
Dude, I live in Germany. Like, the level of musical theater culture there is like...
Not good. Really?
I had a friend who was like, man, I'm gonna go see this new musical. It's really great.
What?
And it was like some kind of like vampire, like...
Don't tell me like
thing.
Lestat or some shit.
It was so bad. Like, so bad. She's like describing the scenes and what was happening, and I'm just like, oh my lord.
I hope it wasn't like there was a show that went on Broadway called Dance of the Vampires.
It was Dance of Vampires.
It closed after what, one night, I think. Notoriously terrible show that closed after one night.
Opening night, opening night.
And everyone's like, yeah, never again.
Yeah, let's not get done it again.
It lived as long as Kaipi's open qualifier run. It was very short.
Oh!
Yeah.
Savage!
I just did a musical theater to Dota reference right there. You'll never see that again.
That is next level, man. That is next level.
All right, so this is Roche number 3.
It will be
We
Roche
need
number 3.
one more after this if we want to get.
But Ramsey's looking for the fight instead. You will definitely get one after this, depending how this goes down. The tornado. Oh, Scandal. Okay, they get a trigger, they jump up, the double stun, Zenoid! Oh boy! Joshlo dropped like a sack of potatoes down a stairwell. Zenoid, he'll get dropped down by the Tyler and Ramsey. He wants more, and the kick! He catches him halfway through. Benscore's gonna go down too. 3 on the sidelines. Goodbye, FlipSid. And this should be a move to the tier 3 tower in mid. Look for the racks, back up, take Roshan, win all our predictions, and then they go for the GG push Empire.
Please, Empire. Very nice all over. I like that. That was very good. Again, 3 people out there might know what's happening right now.
We know. It's just for you 3. You do that kind of stuff like Easter egg casting.
Yeah.
Where
I love that.
I actually had this idea, and I really should do it properly. I'm gonna see if anything even happens here. You know what? Screw it. Something's not gonna happen at all. They're gonna take racks and then they're gonna back the hell up. Like, literally.
Obviously don't want to spend the buyback on their life stealer, so they will sack the racks.
Yeah, you just let it go. Like, there's enough of a stall. Empire, Scandal can finish the job here. And this is where Empire, like, really want to bail the hell out of here right now. If FlipSid want to fight them, they're going to be okay with it. Just because they've still got Ravage available. Okay, maybe, okay, they're going to have to. They didn't do the melee fast enough because they went for the range track. Now Scandal gets the BKB off for the crush. It's almost nothing. Randy, look at that cleave! Able to already kill off Joshlo. He just doesn't survive. They go for a double kill. Take me wild, can't do much to stop this. And now Empire, they didn't expend the Ravage for that. Somehow they actually managed to do it with just the Stormbot, which actually is on the same level as a Ravage. And FlipSid, you're losing 2 lanes of racks.
And potentially the game. It's unfortunate. I mean, I feel like I'm a broken record, but FlipSid, they had some momentum their way. Opportunities were built up. They knew what they had to do if they wanted to win. They were very pushy about getting their objectives done. They fought for these Roches. They had those advantages, but like Aegises weren't really taken advantage of as the way they should. And pretty much all the progress they had made is just instantly washed away. And it's unfortunate because, you know, this isn't something innovative coming out from Empire. But you wonder if FlipSid had maybe tried to do something a bit different. Ran an aggro lane, changed things up a bit. Maybe that's what it takes, but for now, just clean-cut performance here from Empire, getting exactly what they need.
Poor stuff in. Afterlife, he's holding on to that Ravage as long as he can. Now he'll blow it. The BKB will still have to take me wild, so he can stand his ground, but once again, Joshlo, he is just getting nailed in Afterlife. He's just swimming all over FlipSid at the moment. King Arm, maybe they got a little bit of fight left in them as Vanscore moves forward, but really, like, you can't. They can't. They swap him back out again. Ramses has too much damage. The Shallow Grave from Mepham will allow Cito to back up a little bit, but the stuns just last too long. Deafening Blast can't create enough space. And FlipSid, they're being hunted into extinction inside their own fountain.
Empire having more joy shoving FlipSid into a locker and then trying to close out the last set of racks, and that will be the game. This could be it for FlipSid with a loss here. They, what, 1-5? I don't think they're going to be able to make the cut for the next round.
They will not.
And I think any match here on board for them will end up being a bit irrelevant. It's unfortunate here, but valiant effort from the F3 group.
It was kind of rough for them. They I almost feel like they needed to smoke gank before they went for that first Roshan. And pick off Maposhka, try and take out that Elder Titan, because he was going to be that big disruptive force for FlipSid taking their advantage, which is